52 mindset means having a hustler's ambition and ambition of a rider. Shit, I hope it gets the line step.
Yeah. Wait, Block, you hear that? You hear that?
Crickets.
You don't hear nothing because we are not at our studio.
That's a whole fact.
You know what I mean? But we are at a secret location, ladies and gentlemen. You already know what it is. This is 52 Mindset.
Yes, sir.
It's your boy Hollywood Deuce, a.k.a. Two Fingers. Still here, three fingers. In your bitch?
In your bitch.
You didn't finish it. Two fingers.
In your bitch.
There you go.
40-40 for the block. No 40, but a shot of J-Mo.
Definitely shot at Jamer, man. Yo, Block, this is a special edition.
Yes, sir.
Because as you know, we in the middle of wrapping up season 3.
Yep.
And at the same time, getting ready for season 4.
Yes, sir.
I believe our season finale is dropping really soon, right?
For us tomorrow, for y'all, probably last week.
There you go. But for tonight. For today. We have a special guest.
One night only. Special guest.
And I say this all the time.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to say it again.
One more time.
Because this guest. Is a childhood friend.
Okay, sandbox.
No, is there anything before the sandbox?
The fetus.
You know what? Our family go back. Our family go back. The sandbox. You're going to stick with the sandbox.
Yeah,
right?
that's a good idea.
Stick with the sandbox. The fetus sounds a little crazy. Right? But that's how close. You know what I mean? Like, that's how close our families are. That's how close we are growing up. And the work that she's doing, man, is amazing. You know what I mean? And we're going to talk about it. But everybody know who the hell she is, man. You know what I mean? She is, I want to say Lower East Side's own. But now she's over there representing Jersey, doing her thing out there.
The Lower East Side way.
The Lower East Side. I like that. Right?
Huh?
The one and only.
One and only.
Not going to say a full government, but you already know. B Rose in the house. Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. B, what up, girl? How you doing? How you doing?
What's up? Thank you for having me.
Where's your cup? There you go.
My
I know
cup
you
is right
say,
here.
you know, she's responsible for this. I want everybody to know she's responsible for this Jameson here.
I haven't drank in 3 weeks.
You know what I mean? So that's
just
that's
the good
it,
vibes
man.
flowing. Just
That's
the good,
it. You know
good
what?
vibes flowing.
And you see, we got the coats on. It's like in the middle of the winter in here, right? You
Facts.
feel me? What's going on with you? How you doing, man? How you been?
I'm good. I can't complain. A lot going on, a lot of new things, a lot of old things healed up and reinvented. So I'm excited.
Absolutely. And you the founder of Still Here.
I am.
It's a anti-gun violence youth program. Did I say that right?
It's an anti-gun violence organization.
There you go.
Anti-gun violence, not anti-gun. I really want to make sure
violence.
we
Separate
emphasize on that. And we specialize in serving at-risk youth. So that's our focus, but we all about the community.
Okay. And this is based out of where?
We're based out of Trenton right now.
Ooh. So my first question to you, with all this wonderful work that you're doing, we're going to get into it. Why not in your hometown, the Lower East Side?
Well, interestingly enough, I have found myself continuously being pulled to Trenton. When my parents decided to switch up their careers, one went to Philly, one stayed in New York.
Gotcha.
So we wound up being on the outskirts of Trenton. And there's a great need for our programming in Trenton. So as much as I love the Lower East Side and as much as the Lower East Side has my heart, I believe God is really just pulling me in a different direction.
Absolutely, man. You know, I appreciate it. I just was hating a little bit because I see all the things you're doing out in Jersey.
I'm a hop, skip, and a jump.
You know what I mean? Absolutely,
I'm a hop,
man.
skip, and a
And we
jump.
doing
All
great
I need
things
is
out
an
here.
invite.
Absolutely, man. We're doing great things out here. You know, we got Sam in the back and all
Exactly.
You know,
We
doing
got all this
amazing
greatness
things.
already
I
happening
hope you
in the
already
Lower
checked
East
out
Side.
his podcast interview,
Mr.
man.
I Can Do Better.
Right? Come on, man. So I already know you're surrounded by greatness, man. So there's knowing your family. You know what I mean? Like, it makes sense what you're doing. If that makes sense.
It does.
Right? It makes sense because, like I said, we pretty much we grew up together. Same neighborhood, same bullshit we seen, same violence, same the drugs. We know what's out there. You know what I mean? So, like I said, if anybody could do it, spark a change.
Traumas.
We shit, girl. Right? Like I said, if anybody could do it, it's definitely you, man. So Still Here. Give me the root and origin of Still Here. Like, when did you come up? I remember you doing this on MySpace day. Like you was ready to promote. Like you was out there. You was doing your things. But
since MySpace.
Yeah.
I remember hearing that. And correct me if I'm wrong. You was doing, I want to say basketball programs. Like you doing something with the youth, right?
So we did a dodgeball competition. We rented out the Boys Club on 10th Street, and we had a dodgeball competition, a cooking competition. We had dancers. It was crazy. That was back in 2015. Back in 2015 is when I actually stepped down on faith. I was actually inspired by Mr. I Can Do Better and Shahida, my big sister, and their great things that they were doing with the youth in the neighborhood. And it was on my heart to do something for my situation, which was my son's dad was shot. And when I started Still Here, it was about 5 years in to when he had been shot, since he had been shot. So he's laying in the hospital 5 years, and I'm trying to hold it together as a mom, as a family. You know, we got to keep going. We got to keep going to the hospital. You know, things are going to change. Things are going to get better. But after 5 years, it's like, are they really going to get better? You know what I mean? And you start seeing the support dwindle out, right? So I started battling different types of things with my children. You know, like, is this going to be what my son knows of his dad forever, him laying in a hospital bed? And it started getting me really, really depressed. So anytime I get into depression, I'm like, I got to do something. I can't stay here.
You got to
shake
snap
this
yourself
off.
out of it. Absolutely.
I got to shake this off. So that's where Still Here started from, just not knowing what to do and knowing I had to do something.
There you go. And look what it blossomed into, man. You know what I mean? And that's beautiful. Can I take a shot for Biko, please? You know what I mean?
Please.
Yes, sir. R.P. Biko. That was the big bro. Oh, snap. So, yes. Damn. You talk. I don't want to talk.
Yeah, so one
Get
question.
the man another shot.
Yeah, right. One question we always ask, like anytime we have an interview, we always ask, how has COVID treated you? And I say that, one, because for COVID, for the origin or the beginning of COVID, it kind of started a lot of people on a new wave in terms of like building businesses, building brands, building opportunities. For some, it really put them in a negative light. Some, it was positive. How was that for you?
I went through it for COVID. Prior to COVID, I was already doing business. I cater as well. Taste Buds Delight is my catering company.
Oh, I did your logo. Holy shit.
Wait, hello. Thank you.
Hold on.
There we go. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that.
Holy
because
shit.
when you walked in, you said, hi, I'm blocked.
I know.
Yeah, I know. Yo, she had a whole mask on. I wasn't sure.
Wait a second. Y'all know each other.
You did say that. You did say that. I knew it was going to come.
Perfect timing.
It's the Jameson.
Wow. Yeah, the Jameson brought it back.
There you go.
That's crazy.
Yes, that is Miss Taste Bud Delight. We could talk about that after, man.
Man, okay.
Yeah. So I was already heavy on the business scene. For me, the solidarity and the confinement to our homes made me really unpack, right? So I'm a packer when it comes to like negativity, drama, trauma, anything. It's like I got this backpack and I just put all my BS in there, right? And I'm busy, so it's cool, right? And I'm kind of strong, so I carry it. But then when there's nothing else going on and you got to unpack, it got kind of tough. It really did get tough. I was forced to be honest with myself, keep it a buck with myself, and some of the situations that some of my beds I had made, I was laying in them. Let me say that, right? So it was tough having to be honest and vulnerable, right? You either going to fake it, right? Like you all good, or you gonna face it. Right, and that's what COVID did to me. It made me face all the.
I'm about to say, which one did you choose?
I faced it. I faced it. I kind of somebody twisted my arm. I'm not gonna lie. Somebody twisted my arm.
Sometimes you got. Sometimes you need that extra push.
Yes, absolutely. But it started my healing process, right? And it was something that was extremely painful to go through, but extremely rewarding. So I want to complain because I had to work. I was working at Wells Fargo at the time, and I was cashing those big $10,000 check, $8,000 check, bringing home $800-900 every 2 weeks. You know what I mean? So I was definitely feeling like I was in the wrong profession at the time because we never closed. Everybody else was home, right? Because it was COVID. Banks never closed.
Banks ain't shut down for
never
nothing.
shut down. So I was dealing with it all. I was in the thick of it all.
And where would you say you at now, man? You know what I mean? Like your state of mind from where you was at. Like you said, the start of pandemic. You said that's where you was down. You was forced to, somebody had to twist your arm. You faced a lot of this shit. Now,
I would definitely say that I'm on the other side.
Gotcha.
Like if there's another side of the pain, the trauma, the depression, I'm definitely on the other side of it. And it's kind of like when that caterpillar goes into the cocoon, it's all ugly and you don't really know it's dark in there. And then you kind of come out of it.
You don't know how long you're going to be in there.
You don't know how long you're going to be in there. And it felt like forever. I swear. It was, what was
It was 18 months to date now.
18 months to date.
Sheesh.
Felt like 5 years.
I mean, but in the end, like, I do see, like, granted, it started off rough, but it ended up being something needed. You know what I'm saying? We did need it. It was a reset for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
For a lot of people who were going down the wrong route or doing the wrong shit or not even didn't have any ideas or goals or plans. It was a reset.
Oh, it definitely forced a lot of people to make some decisions. Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, I took it as a blessing, regardless. Like I've lost a lot of people. I've lost family members. I've lost friends, close friends, and stuff like that. But it was just like, other than that, like business-wise, movement-wise, things that I've learned, things that I've gained. You know what I'm saying? Like I came out at the end of it, learning something, winning something, and not taking what I had with the people who passed for granted and like looking forward. You know what I'm saying? It was a good thing to a certain extent, of course.
Absolutely. I can definitely agree. I loved this pandemic for our people, for our culture,
Oh, we hustlers, man.
Oh, yeah.
It showed like who we are, the resiliency and who we are. Like you cannot bury us. No matter what you try to do to us, with the way healthcare was disproportionately given out in our communities. We did lose a lot of people. So it's definitely a sad timing. But I love what it did for our culture. I love all the hustlers. It blossomed. I love all the entrepreneurs and business owners and moms that found a different avenue and a different lane. There's a flip side to that as well, though. I lost Spico completely in that season, right? He passed away. So for 10 years, he was in a hospital bed. And my purpose, I felt, was to make sure that my family knew what family looked like, right? Because sometimes family's not just at home. Sometimes family is 8 hours away. Sometimes family's behind a wall. Sometimes family's in a hospital bed. So I defined for my children what family looks like. So as heartbreaking as that was, I showed them something that'll never leave for them, But on the flip side of that, I have family and friends that really went through it because they were by themselves, because they couldn't connect. So there's a flip side, but I definitely love the quarantine for our people, for our culture.
And that's one thing I wanted to, I probably told you in the past, but I want to say it again, like the way you handled that situation. I don't know how you handled that the 10 years. God bless you. God bless him. God bless your family. You know what I mean? But you would document it. Occasionally you'll post you singing. You know what I mean? And I want to ask you about that, because that did something, right? I mean, I believe so. I believe that triggered something. And can you talk a little bit about that, like the singing and?
Absolutely. So all my friends know I'm a singer, right?
Like.
Just
Wait. I'm about to say, like, in the like in the shower singer or just
No, they know I'll bust a tune. Like, it don't matter. I'm down for the singing, right? Y'all don't need nothing.
Karaoke,
right now.
karaoke queen.
Yeah, let's hear something. Go ahead.
Wait, hold on. Wait, we give you 30 seconds.
Yeah, this your shot. This your moment.
It's okay.
Camera
it's
right
okay.
there.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We gonna circle back on that one, right? Maybe
before we close.
Before we close, we'll circle back.
All
right, make a believer out the people.
There you go.
We not gonna forget though.
B Rose, ladies and gentlemen, at the end, she gonna sing. She'll give us a little something at the end. All right.
So for me, the song, right, it's "Don't Change" by Music Soul Child, and it's a song that came out in the thick of Biko and I's love affair, right? And I would always sing it to him once I learned it, right? And he would always be like, "Please shut up, like do not sing that song," right? And I noticed when I went to go, one of the first times I sang that song to him, I got a reaction. Prior to this reaction, all he did was cry. Like, all he did was cry. And then I started singing this song to him, and he would kind of do the same, like, shut up motion that he had done all those years. So I was like, oh, you hear me. Like, you in there, you know? So I never stopped. I sang it from that. That was, like, within the first year. I sang, to this day, I still sing it to him. Absolutely, so I think it definitely struck a chord for him. Definitely was telling me, shut up, period.
Yeah, that's dope, man. When I seen that, like, can't help but try to hold back a tear, but at the same time, I know, like, one of the videos, he cracked a smile, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that was good to see, man. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, once again, hats off to you. Yeah. You're one hell of a woman. One hell of a support system. You know what I mean?
I need a shot.
Nah,
that's what Still Here is all about, creating strong support systems.
There you go.
You know,
so
like
I want to know more about Still Here.
That's definitely the core of what Still Here is, right? I'm one of those people, when I go through things, I think about how someone else would be feeling if they were going through the same thing. And I know for a fact that if I didn't have a strong support system, I wouldn't have been able to hold it together the way I held it together for all those years, like over a decade. Like, had it not been for my friends and my family, there's no way I would have been able to hold it together in the way that I was able to hold it together. So the core of Still Here is creating that village, that strong support system. No matter what you're facing, no matter what you're going through, like, we here, period.
Now, what's just like, because it sounds successful, like you sound like you doing your thing, but I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of cons, right? There's a bunch of all the pros in the world.
So many
but
cons.
Tell me about the cons. Like, what have you faced? What have you experienced from the start to where you at now as a nonprofit? Like, the process, you know what I mean? So
first and foremost, our people, you assume that when you start a business, right? And that's what it is, right? Even though my heart, it's my baby, it's still a business, right? You assume that when you start a business that your family and your friends are going to just support you.
Womp, we know that.
Yeah, it's not going down. It's not happening. It's not happening. So having to be my own cheerleader, right? And not so much. I cannot take away from my support system whatsoever. Like, they are, because of them, I am who I am. However, I definitely feel like a support system is necessary. It's necessary. So the con was thinking that my support system I already had, and I've learned I've had to build that. You got to build your support system. You got to build your tribe. Sometimes you are your tribe, you know? One of the biggest cons I'm facing right now is technology, right? Number one, being vulnerable in front of a camera, right?
Hey, you doing it now.
Yeah.
Even right
doing it now. A lot. And that, you know what's funny? Because I spoke to a couple of days ago about this, right? And I know, like I said, we grew up together. Shy is not something that associates with B. You know what I mean? Nowhere near. You know what I mean? Like,
if you heard that, everyone's like, no.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, no. So when she's like, tell me, you know, like, tell me what I gotta do. You know, I'm shy. You know, I don't like to talk about you don't like to talk about yourself? You? Do you know who your family is?
I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions, though.
Come on, nah.
I'm outspoken. I'm courageous. I'm confident, but I'm shy. When it comes to certain aspects of it.
I respect it. I just don't understand it.
Okay.
There's no way. Like I said, like from a child to the teens to adults, I just don't see the shyness, man. Like you said, you're outgoing. Like, is it the cameras? Is it that?
It's the having to be vulnerable. Honestly, it's the vulnerability piece for me. So, for the most part, I get to put out what I want people to know. Yep. Right? And then when you do a podcast or you go live, there's no filter. There's no edit. There's no, you know what I mean? It is a little bit, with podcasting.
What you see is what you get.
But what you see is what you get. So, first and foremost, where's my camera? This one, right?
Yep, you right there.
It's on you.
So, I apologize to my friends and my family in advance because this vulnerable phase of my life is going to require me to tell a part of your story that you may not have wanted to tell. So I want to apologize in advance.
Oh, tell us a story. Share.
I'm just saying in advance. I don't know where it's gonna come from or come to.
I mean, let us know.
I got a feeling.
You already threw that out there. I feel like I don't want to miss it now, just in case I miss it. Did I miss anything?
Not necessarily, but I know, like, even when, like, I'm a mom, so my children, when they see me in different lights, it kind of like, it's like.
What do you mean by different lights?
All right. So
how are your children, by the way? I'm so sorry.
They're great.
How are they?
They're great.
I know we spoke earlier. Low season.
He's about to graduate
12th grade.
from high school.
Ridiculous.
Yes, my
I feel old.
my baby. He's at a crossroad, right, where it's like I'm about to be 18. I'm about to be able to do whatever I want to do. And then he's got mommy and the family on his back, like, you're going to school, you're going to do this, you're going to do that.
I know that,
he's like,
right.
I really need, So I see him struggling a little bit. So just maintaining guidance, right?
Yeah.
Checking in to make sure all these sacrifices I made over these years aren't in vain, number one. And then just guiding him. Right? Knowing he's going to come across tough situations, right? Another core value of Still Here, right? You're going to come across tough situations. We're going to be in situations where we're stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? How do we react in those situations, right? Are we staying 10 toes down? And what does that mean for you? Because loyalty has so many definitions, right?
That's a whole fact.
And being true to yourself has so many definitions. So momming is difficult for me, because I'm constantly wanting to do hood rat shit with my hood rat friends.
Well, how do you balance that? Because I think, like you deserve to celebrate. You deserve to live your life. You know what I mean? So
I do
you
it.
deserve to do hood rat shit with your hood rat friends.
I do. I don't short myself at all. I don't slight myself at all.
You gotta treat yourself.
You need it. You need.
I just don't do it with the cameras
Don't cheat
on.
yourself.
I guess that's the balance, right?
Okay.
I turn the camera off, right? I'm from that era.
Because you're doing it for you,
right? We don't put everything on blast, right? So I think I've done pretty good with balancing, maintaining self and momming at the same time, but it's truly difficult. And my kids are amazing. They are resilient, and they've been through everything with me. So I'm super grateful for them.
The whole experience, correct?
The whole experience.
So how your oldest? How did he handle everything? I mean, like I said, I see him from time to time, and you raising an amazing young man. You know what I mean? So like, how did he? Or what was his process, if you could share a little bit?
His process is tough.
Reason why I'm asking is because, it's no comparison. He lost his father. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. My son, Zach, I lost my mother a couple of months ago. And that's grandma's number one. You know what I mean? Like, even now, like, I'm still trying to read him to see, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's quiet. He stays to himself.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I know that's something that to pick up. Like, that's how you grieving. You know what I mean? So, like, if you could give me any advice, little 13-year-old boy, you know what I mean? Like, how can I?
Honestly, it's still a struggle of mine. My son is also reserved, quiet, not, I have footage of him every time we would, like, not every time, but most time we would go to the hospital. And I'm like, how do you feel? What's going on? For many years, he never expressed no emotions, no tears, no nothing. We go into the hospital, we seeing your dad on this, hospital bed, no emotions, no anything. So when he got older, I started leaving him with his dad, right? Okay. And I would come back like maybe 20, 30 minutes later, and he would look like a different kid from crying and like being like just, red. He's, very, very light skinned.
Shout out to light skinned kids over there. I got light skinned kids too, man. Shout out to light skinned kids, man. Me too. Shout out to our light skinned kids.
Shout out to our light skinned kids. Yeah.
So
he's still black.
It was definitely
still black kings.
Mine's a third.
You heard?
Mine's
you
a
heard?
third.
Remind them. So yes, it's communication. Communication. I talk to my kids about everything, literally everything. Some things bite me in the butt, because you said, remember you told me.
Wait, Los is 8. You said 18. Well,
He said he'll be 17.
17, and your
weeks.
daughter
11.
11.
Yes. So Los was easy because he don't have an opinion about much. He's like, laid back, and it scared me, right? Because I was like, where is he releasing these feelings, right? And to this day, he doesn't want to do therapy. He doesn't want to speak about it, It's just something that bothers him. It's something that he's angry about. Mm-hmm. And as a parent, that's concerning, How are you going to release that? How are you going to really get that out, right? Yeah. But I keep talking to him, and I stay on his butt, and I stay in his life, and I stay connected as much as I can. And it takes a tribe. It takes a tribe. Without my parents, I don't know what Carlos's reality would look like, because I was a baby when I had him, right? So imagine if I didn't have support and trying to get through something like this, right? A shooting, your dad is shot. I'm trying to figure out where to live. I'm trying to figure out where to work. And you're just going through these struggles with me. I could imagine that who he is today wouldn't be the same if I didn't have the support of my parents. So family and communication is
absolutely
all I could definitely say. You definitely need those two.
Yo, and as she was saying that, I'm sitting here like, man, she said she had him when she was young. I remember that. I remember you disappearing because we didn't know what the hell happened to her next year, right? And then we're like, oh, shit.
I moved to Harlem.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, shit, that's right, man. That's what's up, man. Oh, man. Yeah. I know, you mentioned core values of your program. Mm-hmm. How many core values do you have?
They're always counting. I feel like they're always growing. Right now, could I put a number on that?
What are your go-to when
that question is asked?
When you telling your guests, you got new students coming in interested. You telling them my core values are boom, boom, boom. What are you telling them?
So my core values, number one, first and foremost, is respect across the board. You don't have to agree with everything someone says or does, but if we can balance out respect in that, we could all figure it out somewhere along the line. So number one is respect. Number two, definitely building a strong support system, right? And that could just mean being there when your friend needs you, answering the phone. That could be, I'm going to shoot a podcast and I can't be the camera person. Boom, my best friend is on the,
there you go.
Spot.
Shout out.
Or I need a spot.
Kiki. Shout out to Kiki in the building. Yes. Shout out to the support system in the building. Yes.
It could literally be anything. Back in the days, we could go to our neighbor's house and get a cup of sugar. You know what I mean? So
that's a fact.
That support
system. The good old days. Now
okay?
we got people running up in our building with swords and shit. I'm sorry.
That's kind of crazy.
See?
I'm surprised they didn't behead any snakes though. Like
only in compost though.
That's
a compost.
Should have took some
ABC News, man. It's crazy over there. That's why you got to bring all that, what you doing over there in Trenton. Come on home, man.
I feel like it's here.
Nah, we got it. We got it. We doing some amazing work out here, man.
It's here.
Like I said, we got
the Lower East Side got it.
We got it. We got it, man. It's just got it. Yeah. Like I said, we got Big Sam over there, Mr. I Can Do Better. We got my man Glenn Williams over there doing amazing things. So, like I said, hats off to all of them, man. They doing some great work out there in these communities, man. You know
and I mean? even the people that are not doing like such grand, events or putting on programming, like there's some people that are the core, the matriarchs are of our communities, right? Miss Donita, she was definitely, the matriarchs, glasses up,
Yes.
My grandmother, we have these people, right? That are every day putting in that work, right? It's, believe it or not, easier to come and have one program or one event as opposed to each and every day taking care of someone's children, each and every day checking on your drug addicted aunt, cousin, friend, whatever that is. It's here. Yeah. It's here. The camaraderie is something that I find has lacked in our community.
I was getting ready to say, do you see the difference? Yeah.
And where I am now in our culture, we are systemically divided. You know, like we are oppressed beyond oppressed. So we are intentionally being divided, and we're working that plan. You know, so the camaraderie is definitely necessary and needed. One of our other core values. So
that's 3: camaraderie, right? Support, respect.
Yes. So those are the main things. Okay. And one of your big ones. Each one teach one.
There you go. I'm gonna lift one, reach one, but I was close.
Yeah. But the same concept, right? Same concept, right? Like when you get there, don't forget. You know, reach back. You know,
we gotta lift each other up, man. That's not do that, man. That's it.
We have to.
Yes. So out in Trenton, how did they accept you as so I know you said you've been living out there. You've been, you know what I mean? So you're not considered like a Trenton native. You're not a native, clearly. But I'm pretty sure you're known out there by now. No?
So,
okay, my bad. I'll take it back.
I live in my bubble.
I'll take it back.
Very similar to the person you grew up with, right?
Okay.
You know me, but I'm in my bubble.
You know of me. You just
know of me. There you go. You know of me.
No, I know the B that I know growing up.
Saying in general, it's the same with me. Like no one knows me. They know of me.
So certain people, I have a circle.
All right, so I know baby Brandy.
No. I would definitely say you are a part of the circle that knows Brandy, right? You've seen the sandbox, you've seen the teen mom, you've seen the woman, the evolution. So I cannot.
I got the cook part.
You definitely got the cook part. You definitely got the cook part. Which is it's an intricate part. Yeah. The cooking part is an intricate part. Cooking saved my life.
Say it, but I want to get there. Hold on. Continue.
Cooking saved my life. But I don't want to say, I live on the outskirts of Trenton. I don't live in Trenton, but I'm drawn to Trenton because I'm connected to some of the same things that they face each and every day. The same things that we face.
Over here,
you know what I mean? Like coming out of our buildings and seeing, it's like looking in the mirror.
It's like looking in the mirror.
Exactly. It's like looking in the mirror 10 years ago, right? Wow. And when I first started getting glimpses of what was going on, it's a beautiful city. Trenton is a beautiful city. The architecture, many mansions. But the way it has been overcome with violence and poverty, you kind of don't really see those things, right? The average eye. But me, I see great real estate opportunity. Mm-hmm. You know, I see some of the pains and the struggles that I've faced and overcome. And I see young people that need love.
Yeah, you see the potential.
I got a lot of that, you know? So that's what continues to draw me to Trenton. So a lot of people don't know me yet. However, enough people know me. Yep. And over time, they will get to know me. You mentioned acceptance, right?
Yes. You know how it is coming into a new...
Yep.
You know what I mean? You're not from there. You coming into a new world. You know, who's this?
And I definitely want to give kudos to the Lower East Side.
There you go.
Because I don't walk into rooms and think, like, who's going to accept me? You know? Because I come from a melting pot where if you really sat back and worried about who's going to accept you, you're going to go through a lot of questioning yourself and battles and things like that. So it built up my resiliency to want to be accepted. I don't walk into a room and want to be accepted. I need my respect, and that's about it. Like, you're going to see me, and I know you're going to see me, and that's enough for me. You know, like, eventually, you know, you get to know me. I'm around. I'm here.
That's what's up, man.
I'm here.
And the kids that you service, what's the population of the kids you service?
So we're targeting 11 to 17-year-olds. So that's middle school and high school.
Okay.
However, we got love for them all.
Middle school to high school. Middle school is rough, man.
Oh, middle school is rough.
Middle school is rough.
My daughter's just started middle school.
Middle school
I got one who's about to go to high school. So
Daughter or son?
Daughters. One's 10 going on 11. The other one's 13 going on 14.
Oh.
Starts high school next
But
September.
that's
How'd you get through?
With what? With
Middle
her?
school.
Middle school? Well, I mean, now it's like when it comes to her, I'm just trying to be
ready for no middle school.
I'm just trying to be as like on top of her in terms of like everything she does.
Mm-hmm.
Like my oldest, she's very like we have a really weird relationship. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with her mom. Me and her mom do not get along. I'm one of those situations. But me and my daughter are the bestest of friends.
Okay.
And the sad part is her mom is not accepting of our relationship. She makes it difficult. You know what I'm saying? But my daughter will make it happen as best as she can to be around and keep in contact and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And in terms of that, my daughter tells me everything. I know every single secret she's ever had. She's told me when she's liked a boy as much as she knows she shouldn't tell me that. Mm-hmm. She told me when she had a boyfriend, and I told her him and his father are dead and shit like that. But, you know what I'm saying?
Put them on a T-shirt.
But the fact that she was able to tell me this, I told her, I warned her. I was like, let me get his father's number. But the fact that she was able to tell me this information just let me know, like, she trusts me with all this info. You know what I'm saying? And
absolutely, hell yeah.
I've been able to like instill certain values and certain respect for herself to know how to handle herself. So I'm not worried. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you worry about things like that, like how's she gonna be in high school? But like I can honestly say, like the stuff that I've told her my deepest, darkest, craziest situations. You know what I'm saying? She knows everything about me and what creates me and why I am the way I am and my personality. And
middle school,
she's been able to accept that.
I bring a different lens to this. I mean,
because you're the outside looking in.
Everybody know. No, I'm the inside.
Oh, you're the inside looking out.
I'm the inside man. I work in education 16 plus years. I see it. You know what I mean? Like, I see it on both ends, right? But middle school, different ball game. Yeah. I worked K to 12. That middle school, 5th grade to 8th grade, oh boy.
What are the greatest challenges what's the greatest need for that age bracket in terms of adult to?
You said it, love. That's it. People tend to forget that the kids are in school more than they are at home. Mm-hmm. And if you add on the extra hours or extracurricular, if they provide after school programming, which is an additional 2 hours. Mm-hmm. So kids are in school 50 hours a week. Right. You know what I mean? Sometimes this is all we have. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like Mr. Barino is the only male model some of my elementary babies have. Mm-hmm. So when they see me, they light up. Mr. Barino, I got to put on that father hat. That, you know what I mean? And I'm out there clowning around my little 4th and 3rd kindergarten babies. I'm out here, man, because I know that because kids, they'll come to school if they feel comfortable. They come to school if they feel a connection, a rapport with that adult or that staff, right? Mm-hmm. If they have a teacher or somebody who
something
they not
to look forward
with,
to,
and that's what they calling me, Mr. Barino. I need support. Why you need support? Build that relationship with this child. Mm-hmm. You know, figure out why this child not banging with you. Figure out why when I walk in the room, the child. You know what I mean? If you want, I'm not doing nothing different. Mm-hmm. It's just that I'm giving that child respect. You know what I mean? I'm not talking down on. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Get to know your kids, man. And that's it. So I see it. And same thing with middle school and high school too. I love the high school. High school, you can relate to these kids. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I worked in Harlem for 8 years. East River Project. Shout out to my peoples out there, Innovation Charter High School, man. Mm-hmm. Them kids was amazing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But to some people, they were rough. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing to see the different perspective or different lenses from different people, different backgrounds.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Because
I was gonna say that though.
I'm gonna keep it
You're
real.
Rough.
What?
It's different.
It's different.
You know what I mean? From the average rough.
You know what I mean?
You know?
I'm just like, why a kid walking in with a hat on? Why is that something that causes to call security for? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, why? Do you understand what that would do to that kid? Mm-hmm. The interaction you had, you just made for that kid for over a hat? Yeah. Nah, we got to change these systems, man.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So that's the work I'm doing now with,
Shout out to you,
man. So
shout out to you, our educators. Man. So we definitely need our educators.
I ain't gonna front. I've been cheering with nothing in my cup. I've been stunting like my
you
daddy.
You friend. Get this man some Jameson
I've been
now.
Stunting like I've been holding out. I ain't gonna lie.
Get this man some Jameson.
I've been trying to get away with it. I was good.
You gonna make up for lost time.
He gonna educate the mom.
We gonna teach these little niggas tomorrow, right?
They gonna learn today.
But that's so one of the things that someone on my team, shout out to my amazing Still Here team who has been by my side week after week developing this program, making sure it's fitting. Our children have a lot of trauma attached with them, right? And a lot of people don't realize that, either because they're not trained to realize that or they've never been through
experienced
any of that, right? So it takes a special kind of connection. It takes a special person to be able to connect to those things, right? And I love the fact that my team, each of them has a story and they have something that can connect with the youth in our communities, right? Because you need a special kind of love. You need a special kind of consideration,
Facts.
right? You need a special kind of empathy. Not necessarily empathy where you go home with these traumas, that you come along with each day, right? So it's a balance, right? Mm-hmm. You actually being able to be supportive and then being empathetic, putting yourself in their shoes, right? Yep. It's a constant balance. So like I said, shout out to my team for being able to be that balance, right? That the kids need to be able to connect, right? Because we want them to come to the program and not feel like they're going to school, but that extra layer of family, that family outside of home, where maybe you can't tell grandma or maybe you can't talk to whoever you have at home, but you could talk to us, right? You could come to us and you can let us know like, hey, listen, today I went through XYZ. What can I do tomorrow? How can I tackle this week with this bully in my school? Who can I talk to? And having those adults around you that are not afraid to show up at the school and talk to whoever got to be talked to,
Facts.
So it's a dope thing to be a part of, right? I'm like in awe of what it's like growing to be, because all I wanted to do was teach some kids what I was today years old learning. You know what I mean? That's all I wanted to do. That's it. Like, I figured out this credit situation, 30% utilization. I was like,
listen,
wow.
It's all a game, girl.
I just learned this. I got to teach this to the kids. I have
That's
to.
It.
That was my only perspective and goal.
They didn't teach us none of that in school. I was just talking, why didn't I learn about financial literacy? Why didn't I learn about credit score and how credit is better than money? I'm over here worried about how much dollars I got in my pocket.
Exactly.
I don't even know about a freaking 7.
How I'm supposed to look. 9, 7.
You know what I mean? I could look. I look like a 7 something, but I act like a 580. If we walked around with our credit score, I'm not dressing like this. You know what I mean? But I'm building. Same thing. I'm learning. It's a game. You got to play the game. Play the game. Once you learn the moves, you can't be stopped.
That's right.
Thanks.
That's it.
Right.
Oh, that thing is crazy.
So that's what we're doing. We're building resiliency. As I do my trainings, I'm learning these fancy words.
I'm gonna give you a tip. One thing, when if you ever have a staff member or anybody that's having a hard time connecting with kids, you know what I mean? Because that's one of my and my models as well. Is like, before you do anything with kids, build a rapport, build a relationship. Find something that's you're gonna connect with a kid.
Some common ground.
Right? Because if you believe it or not, as soon as you walk into a room, a kid is already sizing you up to see who the fuck you are. You know what I mean? I walk into like I said, kids think I got a mansion. God bless, I love all my kids, man. Yo, and
it's that jacket. That's why it's that coat. It's that fur coat he got on right now.
I
thought he was paid when I seen him. I was like, this nigga making money off the pod and ain't telling me. That's how I felt. This nigga lying to us.
Listen, man, this is hard earned money. but like, like even like for the kids, for them to even fantasize or even to think about like, man, wow, are you rich? Like, that just tells me about their brain and what they perceive or what they believe. Like, this coat makes you think I got a mansion?
Fooled me.
Okay, buddy, and then we gonna work out how you gonna get this mansion too. You know what I mean? You gonna follow this lead. We gonna get this mansion together. I'll take this coat and put it on little man's back for a little bit. You know what I mean? And he walking around. Look, that's it.
Dragging it on the
you
floor.
Know what I mean? Dirty the whole shit. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh man.
He ruined it. Yeah, he ruined it. But that's the last time he gonna touch that. You know what I mean? But shout out to my kids.
You love the kids.
Yeah. I love the kids, man. Your staff. Damn, you said something good. You said shout out to your staff, right? Shout out to them. How was that process picking out your staff?
They picked me.
Oh shit! Go ahead.
Yeah, they picked me because when I brought Still Here to the people, it was really just me.
Yep.
I held it informational and I said, this is what I do. This is what I've done. I told them about the dodgeball competition. I've also done other small acts of kindness. Valentine's Day, we reach out to single moms. We give them flowers. We
That's nice.
We had a raffle. Was it a raffle?
Oh, we did a raffle on live. Yes.
Yes.
I remember.
Okay. So we did raffle this particular Valentine's Day. I also do feeding the less fortunate or homeless through the Salvation Army. So I've met some of the people in my, through my journey, right? And I tell them my story, and they're like, "Wow, that's dope! Like, I want to be a part of it or whatever."
I want to be a part of it.
So they chose me. Honestly, I put out what I need. I'm not afraid to say what I need. I'm not afraid to say I don't have this figured out, and I cannot do this by myself.
That's a fact.
For example, session 1, we're doing cooking. That's my forte. I got that. Session 2 is financial literacy. So I tapped into my people.
All the networking.
Who's fluent with financial literacy, who has the resources that they can bring forth and actually teach these children what budgeting is. How do you open a bank account? What do you need? What is utilization? All these little things that we're today years old learning, pouring that back into them. So they chose me. I didn't choose them.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. You said session 1 is cooking?
Cooking.
So talk to us about Taste Buds Delight, man. I'm gonna let y'all talk about this one. Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all talk about this one.
That was cool. That was actually my first logo I ever did, other than my own.
Nice.
Yeah, that was the first logo I ever made.
Great logo.
Thank you.
Time for an update, by the way.
Nah, I got you. Say no more.
Great logo.
Yeah, it was the plate with the B on it.
There you go.
Made that B from scratch, nigga.
There you go.
You know how
that was a handmade?
Yo, I did that shit. That was all vector, like just shapes. It was literally just shapes I put together myself.
Wow.
I did it on Illustrator. I was hyped when I did that. When I say, I was like, yo, this shit's fire.
Look, you have a part in the success of Miss Taste.
Oh, goodness.
Delight, man.
And the crazy part is...
You know what I mean?
Don't cry. The crazy part about it is Taste Buds Delight is from scratch, right?
Oh, yeah.
So when Taste Buds Delight came about, I was in the process of I was working for the Attorney General, New York State Attorney General, and I fell in love, and I just knew that I had life figured out, right? Fast forward a little bit, things got rocky in this relationship, and I found myself back on 12th Street with my kids and my car, never forget. And I fell into this depression, stopped going to work. I was in the union, so I had a job, but I was just like, forget that. I don't want to deal with that. The anxiety of returning to work after being out on leave messed with my head so much. I was like, I don't want to go back. I want to do something new. I'm going to start something new, right? Didn't know what. My car got repossessed.
Oh, shit.
My car got repossessed, and I was like,
Repo man tax that
I got to figure it out. So
They
I
don't
started
play.
selling plates out of NYCHA housing, right out of the 3rd floor.
Food,
And,
good.
Facts. I remember I was a custody too.
And,
Good.
And the community took, I want to be very, very particular, this side of the community. So, Louisa got sides, right? So it's Campos, Lillian Ward, Baruch, up the hill, right? Up the hill took to my food.
We both know
level.
Campos don't support.
Oh, shit.
They don't.
Shit.
They
I could
don't
say it. I could say it.
Until everybody else's support.
No, I could say it. I'm born and raised. I wish somebody would say something about this. Campos does not support each other.
They don't.
That's one of
Absolutely
our
not.
biggest flaws. And I wish we could change that.
I will say-
I'm working on changing that myself within the community with the Lift One Reach One.
Yeah.
But it's gonna take time.
And the funny thing is, it's not even just that. Like, even for me, I'm Baruch. So Baruch, they support each other. The ones who are cool with each other, but we won't fuck with anyone else outside of Baruch.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things, like, that's why me and him really bonded mostly. Okay. Because
who would think?
We're opposites. This is pause, but this is like Romeo Juliet shit. Montagues and whoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're opposite sides of the spectrum. Niggas
fact.
don't like, we hate each other. You know what I'm saying? But we've been
challenging the status quo,
and we've been trying to maintain a situation where we can
we
build
never
for the community.
We never allowed none of that neighborhood shit to get in between our goals.
Yeah, that'll never happen. You know
you know how strong you have to be to make that.
You have no idea. People have no what.
You gotta be very.
You know what it is.
Yo, the fact that I'm able to walk into compost calmly, with no headaches,
mind you, and you know this better than anybody. Nobody walks through compost.
Facts.
People will walk around the block.
Around compost.
But
when I learned that, I didn't know that always.
Come
right?
on.
I was very oblivious to what was going on. When I started dating Sam, that's when I learned. My own family was like, "What? You go to what did Dre say to you? You come through here? Oh, you're not good over here.
They say you're not good over here.
You're not good over here.
Nah.
9 years old.
Oh, 9 years old.
9 years old.
I'm telling you, they ruthless.
Like, where you from?
You ain't good over here. You ain't from over here.
Don't talk about my baby. Talk about my baby.
Yo.
Yeah. That was a big thing. When I learned of that, it really broke my heart. It really did.
Absolutely, man.
So when I did my first Still Here event, I made sure that there was a team. The structure was I want a team from Compost, Lillian Ward, Baruch, up the hill. That's what I wanted, right? I want all these kids to come together because the Lower East Side is not that big.
Nope.
At all.
So imagine segregating 100 people. God forbid we really get into something with somebody else.
Who the fuck side they gonna take?
Who we gonna?
Facts.
Where we
You know what I
at?
mean? Who the fuck side we gonna
Where
take?
we at?
You know what I mean? Come on,
Yeah,
talk about it.
It was
Talk about it.
definitely it's like a catch-22. Like our weaknesses, the things that were our flaws or the cons, has strengthened everything about my core and who I am. Right? Not women. We didn't really go through that. We could go through to all the sides, but having to think like my son one day, he might not be able to walk from Compost to Baruch without having an altercation, right? Without having to deal with like, where you from? Like,
Facts.
I'm from around the corner. Like, we are all.
Yo, do you know some people like that we grew up with who don't know what BGR was?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yo, I used to play ball in BGR.
I worked for BGR.
Where BGR? What you mean where BGR?
I did Camp Wild.
Like what? Like when I hear all these stuff, I'm like, you don't know about the legendary games and tournaments in BGR?
That's crazy.
Like that's scary.
Missing out.
They missed out.
Yeah. But that's systemic. That's another part of the systemic oppression. Right?
Sad.
We want you to think that the people that look like you are your enemies.
They're your enemies. Absolutely.
They're
Even
not.
so, like I said, it goes back to my nonprofit, Lift One, Reach One, right? I based that off of, like, why do we have to always compete each other, right? Let's lift one and always reach out. You know what I mean? And I remember telling this story where, like, me and my childhood friend Jerry Smith, J-Hood, played ball at Tompkins Square Park. Every time we played ball, no matter if we was in the T Square, we was in Forsyth, we was in BGR, the Boys Club, Pitt when they was open. Anytime we played ball,
Shout out to Milligan.
they would put us against each other. You know what I mean? And at the time, I just thought because we're probably the 1 and 2, the best to go at it, and whatever the case may be. As we got older and we started playing ball in the center, we realized, like, why we keep going at each other all these fucking years?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like why not just join forces and kill everybody?
Wow.
Right? Right?
And we
It
joined
would just make
forces,
too
and
much
we
sense.
was one of the best 1-2 punches. You know what I mean? It's like, why all these years, brother? Like, we had, like, I love that man. You know what I mean? Never had no beef, but on the court, we had beef. He made me leave that gym, wanted to fight him over basketball because he was that good. Some days he'll bust my ass, and no, absolutely. Some days he would bust my ass, and some days I may get him, but the days he'll get me, I'm just like,
It was one day it happened.
You know
it
what
was
I
just
mean?
one day you got him.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, but why do I feel that way? You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you said it's the nature, it's the community,
Systemic
it's the
oppression.
system. Yeah. Why do I feel that way? Why am I getting mad at this kid because of his greatness?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like why?
Yeah.
You know, I'm just as good. It's just that you better than me that day. You know what I mean? So like I said, as we got older, I started my eyes open. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna continue to go against each other. You know, when we could just lift each other up, man. And then by doing that, we could reach out to others and just be models, man. So
Right.
that's exactly that's the
called
move, man.
leadership.
There you go.
Shout out to the leaders
There you go.
in the community.
And maturity too, man.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Maturity, because I'm petty than a motherfucker.
And
You know,
maturity.
Maturity
Let me tell you
is.
something.
I'm telling you.
When I started Taste Buds Delight, right? I didn't get any support from Compos, right? The closest
I could have told you that.
I got was the Precinct, PSA 4. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
It was someone else down there. I cannot remember, but it was another organization down there, and they would order my food for lunch, right? Cup. So
My man.
one of my family members
He looked-
opened up shop.
He looked at me like my uncle.
Look,
Let me get a little taste.
look.
Here you go, bro.
One of my families opened up shop doing the same thing.
Okay.
Right? And I started hearing all of these, and they're rumors. I never fact checked them, never checked if it was true. I couldn't stop I couldn't stop battling my depression and floating to address the bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? So I would hear these rumors like, yo, so-and-so said your food was nasty. Like, don't buy your food. Buy my food. Right?
All those are
See, that's the comp.
So fast forward a couple months, my friend was a director at Grand Street Settlement. So it went from me selling plates to me catering events, right? And I couldn't do the plates anymore. And my heart was like, well, I want my people that do plates to take my customers, because I was making at least just for lunch, just $300 easily. Like, and again, my car was repossessed, so I was making deliveries on a bike. I don't know who remembers that crazy ass time. So I was on a bike with plates. And I was figuring it out. It was
Real life
honestly,
delivery man shit, bro.
It was the hardest time of my life and the best time of my life, because
gotta
I
go through
showed
that.
myself
What
I was capable of.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm cooking the food, I'm taking the orders,
What?
and I'm delivering it.
You know what that's
I
called?
would never do that again.
Motherfucking boss.
I would never do it again.
One stop shop shit.
I would never do that again. I don't
Never
know if
again.
I don't
Never
know
again.
if I'm not a boss
Never
anymore
again.
or not. But I'm built different these days.
Different. Yeah.
Nah, we gotta hire one of these little niggas now.
Now I'm all about, who can do it better than me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not good
Looking for that
at
next.
cooking, making food, taking orders, and delivering. I'm good at something else now.
Mm-hmm.
Can I show you? Let me put you on. Let me show you how easy it is to season your food up and make it taste good and market that. I'm all about that. But in terms of cons, when you said, my biggest con was not addressing the pettiness.
Wait, well, you just said that you ain't had the time. Okay, well, you said that's why.
But I couldn't.
At that
Maybe
time.
if I could have addressed the pettiness, I would have. But I couldn't. Literally, if I would have stopped for 1 second in what I was doing, it would have threw me off my game all over again. So
you think that's a
everything I had
con
was
that you
riding
didn't
on it.
that you didn't address it?
No, the con is that my competition was, I don't know if it was competition or not. The con is that the hate came so close to home,
Gotcha.
and that's what discourages us. When we decide to start a business and the people who you walk past every day or the people who you spend your money with every day
You talk
don't
about this
support
every day.
you,
Facts.
that could be discouraging.
That should motivate me to say
Don't
fuck
let
you
that
later.
shit discourage you, though, because there's people on the outside, on the other side of that shit,
That
is
would
waiting
like
for you.
your shit.
They waiting
Facts.
for you.
They would like
waiting
your
for
shit.
you.
Shout out to our 95 subscribers.
Nah, we got.
Click that button right now. Subscribe, follow.
Subscribe,
We actually
follow,
got more than.
comment.
We actually got more than that.
96.
Yes.
Okay.
96 subscribers.
97.
Be correct.
97.
There you go.
There
be
we
rolling.
go, huh?
Hopefully 90. Kiki.
98. Hey, there we go. Look, we just
There you
got
go.
2 new subscribers.
Hello.
Growth.
There you
Growth.
go. By Sunday, I'm trying to get to 100. Yes.
Thanks. Free T-shirt for whoever is the 100th subscriber. But good.
We on that. We
Shit,
on that.
I'm gonna unsubscribe to subscribing. Well, no, it would lose the number.
Yeah. Why would you unsubscribe?
Yeah, somebody agree with me. They was
You
like,
gotta sign up
yeah.
back and can,
I'm gonna sign
and
up.
then-
Multiple
and then you
accounts.
Go, yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Hold on, I
That's
got
how you do it.
Yeah,
You gotta
keep
tweak
talking.
it.
My
You gotta
phone's
become
on
a bot.
dead.
I'm gonna sign up through my work email.
Good. Stupid.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
He
You
already
gotta
got
get creative.
the funny shit is he already has the T-shirt, so I don't know what he's doing. But he got like 5 of them
wanna resell
shits.
it.
You want to resell?
Gotta
I'm
get
like,
this.
yo, where's my T-shirt at?
Gotta get this
I remember
money.
asking for a T-shirt a long time ago, and I still didn't get a T-shirt. I just want to say that publicly for all the cameras.
Which
I
T-shirt
still
you
didn't get
want?
my T-shirt.
Okay, you asked the wrong one. Which T-shirt did you?
Absolutely.
Any of them.
Because I'm the one that makes them.
I love representing where I come from.
Which one? You want the check the resume? You want the straight out of your girl crib? Do you want the 40 dudes? Do you want the?
See, she don't even know what we got. Yeah,
you look.
You putting me on right now.
Yeah.
So I definitely want
And
to
we
check
also
the
do.
resume.
We also that would fit you. Yeah, and we can even put your logo on it, man.
In the
We
back,
can
yeah.
we can
Custom.
make it, man.
Nice. I like
Custom.
that. I like that a lot. I like
Yeah,
that a
I
lot.
like- yeah.
Definitely following up on that.
You can definitely do
I
that,
want my
man.
T-shirt.
See, now you know who to talk to.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me.
Don't talk to
I
him.
make
Yeah,
them.
my bad.
Clearly.
He does it all.
T-shirt business is
You
a
can
big
call
business.
me. I just said everything.
He'll just send them to me.
I'll just send it to.
Hey, as you know what? Let me tell you something.
Forward.
You know how important it is to have a team of people who know what they're good at and
Work off their strengths.
and work off of that.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be a boss nowadays, right? And we are all bosses in our own right? When you in your lane and you capitalize off your lane and you become great in your lane, you are a boss. You don't need
Thanks.
someone else to accommodate that or what's the word I'm looking for? Validate.
Right?
Right?
There you go.
You
That
don't need
Jameson
someone
got
to
me
validate
stuck.
who you are or what you are. Like
That
if
blue
you're
check
great
on
at what
Instagram.
you do, you're a boss. Because you got to put in time to become that. You have to fail, pick yourself up.
You the boss.
And
This
keep
nigga's stupid.
Ford is the boss.
Ignore this nigga. Go ahead.
He's the boss.
So
man.
it's definitely important to have the people on your team realizing their strengths and their weaknesses, right? Because having somebody on your team that doesn't realize that,
It just weighs you the fuck down.
it's like
Just
having
a
a
waste
hole in
of
the boat.
fucking
It's
time.
just a whole.
See,
It's a
as I'm
hole in
looking
the
at the
boat.
camera, it's just a waste of time, honestly.
It's a hole in the boat.
Listen, man. Like I said, when there's what's that saying? When there's dark, there's light. There's a whole bunch of them you could say, but I think you.
Cloud has a silver lining.
There you go. Give me another one.
There's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, give me another one.
Um,
You good with these?
Langston.
Come
shout
on.
out to Langston. Favorite poem from Langston is,
The dog can see the light.
huh?
There you go. And I think that light is definitely shining right now, B. Like I said, just seeing you. And I know one of the things you said, oh, I'm like a dinosaur in regards to like the social media and stuff, right? And listen, you did the grassroots. You know how to, you know what I mean, start from the bottom, literally. You know what I mean? And you see the where you at now. Ain't no different, man. You know what I mean? So like I said, you just keep grinding, girl. You on the right path. Shit, you've been on the right path. You know what I mean? You the blueprint. You know
I'm
what I
the
mean?
blueprint,
You the blueprint,
right?
man. Real talk.
You know what's so funny? You know the story. We're not gonna tell the whole story, but
You could if you
there's
wanted.
no, we're not. You know what's so funny about the blueprint? When we were younger, we were in the parking lot. 2 balloons. You don't remember the 2 balloon story?
Wait, I think you
Oh my God! Don't tell the story, but do you remember the 2 balloon story?
If that's the story I'm thinking about.
Yep,
The,
that's the story. It's the only 2 balloon story,
that's the
right?
story- Yeah.
So,
How the balloon story.
so, let's just say, when you say you the blueprint, right? I was never afraid to try things, right? I was never afraid to fail, right?
So you understand where I say when you say shy?
Yeah.
How does that make sense?
So let me tell you,
That's not
right?
a contradiction.
Yo,
So,
this whole interview
let's
has been a
just say-
contradiction.
It's not a
Let's just
contradiction.
Shit
say
ass. Good.
my friends, right? All my friends we daring all my friends to drink this cup of Hennessy.
I just did
right?
that earlier. Y'all dared me to drink this big ass.
And everybody's
thing.
like, nah. I'm the friend that's like, I'm gonna drink the shit because I want to see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you test the
who
bounce.
who won't check me? I'm gonna drink this Hennessy, and Grandma Ada upstairs got my
And
back.
you see how?
So-
Imagine just like this in a small person's body. Just the same way. 11, 12, 13.
That's true.
That's the same way.
It's very true. Does that
That's
mean I can't be shy though? Because does that mean
The
that
definition
I
of
don't
shy
wanna-
does
It's
not
not.
fit you.
I won't say that you're shy. What I'll say is
Maybe.
you're aware of your surroundings and you're quiet until necessary.
Okay. Is that
When
reserved?
you need to, you're reserved.
Reserved.
Definitely,
I'll take
you'll
reserved.
definitely be
I'll take
reserved.
reserved.
All right,
But you'll
I'll change
speak.
my wording.
You'll speak when you need to speak, and you'll say what you
Absolutely.
got to say.
That's not
'Cause
shy
This whole
at all.
episode, you just
That's not shy at all.
You're just out there.
I'm
just
reserved.
told
Yeah.
all of us that you sat here and started a whole nonprofit from the floor
You
to
created.
the roof. That is not shy at all. Nowhere near. Reserved, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to go with reserved. I'm not going to tell nobody else I'm shy.
There
I'm
you
going to say
go.
I'm reserved, right? And my reservations come from the reaction that I've received in my life when I wasn't afraid to do something that everybody else was afraid to do, right? You get shunned, you get talked about, you get made fun of, right? And I was the only child. I have a big family, but I was the only child. So I didn't have siblings that I can like really like go cry on their shoulder or confide in. I had to like figure it out, right? And one of the rules was you better not come upstairs crying.
They not play. Mama
Better not
Nessa
come
ain't
upstairs crying
play.
because you're going right back
Grandma Ada
outside
ain't
for whatever
play.
whatever it was.
What
you was
made
going back
you
outside
cry?
for it. Whatever it was, right? So
What made you
have
cry?
to build this resiliency in you, right?
Who made you cry?
Okay.
Go back out there.
And you
That's-
still
What?
going back outside.
What?
And you still
Like
walking
this.
to school by yourself.
Man, I'm telling
You
you,
hear me?
yes.
You hear me? So it definitely
How many
comes
times
from-
Grandma
Wait,
Ada,
it's
how many
not-
times Grandma Ada balked on me for crying?
Yeah.
Come on, man. We a village.
A village.
That's a village,
A
man.
village. As
village,
dysfunctional as the Lower East Side may be sometimes, we are a village.
Absolutely.
We are a village.
Everyone needs to know
And that's
that,
what
though.
gets me. I guess I don't
Part
want
of
to dwell
village.
on a support thing, but that's what it fucks with my head. Is like, yes, we are a village. You know what I mean? At least we were, or that generation
Yeah.
was. And I think it skipped the generation, and I think this generation here, we could potentially rebuild it to where it once was. Where
Absolutely.
our elders did it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Please feel free to incorporate me, call me.
I
My
don't need no
schedule's
more.
hectic.
Oh, my man.
My schedule is hectic. However, I'm down for the cause.
Absolutely.
You know,
I mean,
for whatever
likewise. I
that
mean,
means.
especially with your program, if you ever need something in terms of like multimedia and stuff like that, graphic design, photography, you know,
Kidding.
we're always with it.
That's my biggest con right now, right? Like,
It's your biggest con, but yet you know, like I said, when it comes to networking,
yeah.
and you, like you said, it's all about.
Where there's a will, there's a way. Good. Where there's a will, there's a way. That's my attitude, right? If 9 people tell me no, the 10th one ain't gonna tell me no. You know what I mean? And that's how I go about it in terms of being accepted. Everybody's looking at me and trying right now, like, who is Shorty? Who she thinks she is? Where she came from? You know? And because I don't have this, I'm Brandy. I came from, the Lower East Side.
Wait, but you said when you
And
go
I
on live,
really- I really
that's
just
the voice
wanna,
you.
like-
That's the voice you
That's the
turn on.
voice.
I really just want to bring my program. I'm like, my program starts January 3rd through February 21st.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I would love to see you there. And if I don't, I'm sure I'm going to see you again. Because of who I am and my nature, it's not easy to be accepted in every room.
Everywhere, yeah.
Right? Shout out to the Lower East Side for that resiliency because I can stand in any room comfortably.
There you go.
Regardless
Shout out to
of the
Lower East Side.
acceptance
That
factor.
being said,
I'm glad this is my first podcast.
That's and hopefully it's
and
not
at
the
home.
Yeah, no.
and hopefully it's not the last because we want to definitely check in. In a couple of months, see where you at, the progression. We would like to tell we would like to follow you with your progress.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
you
know what
have
I mean?
you guys scheduled to come out.
So yeah,
We
exactly.
go live.
Oh, shit, we going out?
You know what I
7th
mean?
week.
Yeah. Also, like I said, we have an event. You know, she got me over there DJing an event. Can't wait to do that.
Oh, you gotta tell me because I gotta call out of work.
You know what I mean?
My
Yeah.
14 classified job that no one knows about.
So we definitely gonna do some work. But real quick,
Call
B,
out.
before we end off, you know what I mean? I want you to look at this camera right here. Pour your drink. Get yourself ready.
Okay.
And I want you to tell everybody, all 96 subscribers right there.
at?
97.
Where they at though?
Right there. There you go. Right there. Let them know what to expect, what's up next, what you got in store, and where they could find
I'm
you.
going straight ahead, right?
Yeah, right. Yep, right there. You good.
All
Go
right.
for it.
So Still Here has just launched a youth enhancement. I said that wrong. Excuse me. Youth enrichment program where we are equipping our youth with resiliency skills to combat just about anything they're going through. We're going from cooking skills to financial literacy to hygiene, self-care, coping mechanisms such as yoga. And we've definitely focused an emphasis on the traumas that our children are coming with. So we are trauma informed. I am personally working on becoming a trauma-informed specialist so that I can navigate some of the issues that they are facing before they come to me, and I have those resources ready. Again, this program is going to be 8 weeks. We're going to have some fun. We're going to learn a lot. Thank you to the team in advance. Thank you to our participants for being ready, willing, and able, because we are going to hit the ground running January 3rd. And follow us. We're at Still Here on Instagram. Our website is will be up and running by the end of the week, so we will definitely keep you posted on what's going on.
There you go. B Rose, ladies and gentlemen. 52 Mindset. It's your boy Hollywood Dudes.
40 for the block.
Thank you. This is a special edition of 52 Mindset Podcast. You already know. Stay tuned. Season 4 coming soon. Still here. We here, Low East Side. Hey, when it comes to Low East Side, we supporting each other right here, girl. So we can't look. We all doing the Low East Side in the building. We here.
That's right. It's
you know
possible.
what I mean? It's possible.
It's possible.
There we go. Salute.
Yes,
we out of here.
52 mindset means having a hustler's ambition and ambition of a rider. Shit, I hope that gives the lines depth.